on to that second season then, and the opening day was a tough away game at Swansea, and you spoke about the changes you made to the squad. One of the signings that came in that summer, Scott McLeish, he scored that day, and that was the start of a really successful time in Scott's career.
Yeah, I mean, Scott was one in that first year that I'd seen he played against us. I'd seen him in various games, and he just looked old-fashioned, as maybe slightly negative in some, but he looked a sort of a goal scorer. You know, that he would be. He gave us a front to the team from a goalkeeper's kick because he could jump and head it, but his real ability was to be in and around the box, and he was a good finisher. And because he was fairly small, he was probably discounted so often, but his heading ability was outstanding, and it was probably certainly the pick of the signings that season. And throughout the time there, he was a major player for me.
The season started well. There was that win at Swansea, there was a win at home to Rushden, and the first sort of couple of months were going pretty well, but possibly as the sort of the months turned into the autumn and the winter, perhaps just struggled a little bit for consistency. Was that fair?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first couple of games were good, and then the first game we lost was away at Shrewsbury, and you know, it's all about detail and preparation, and we ended up going there. There was a festival event on, which caused us to get delayed in traffic. We didn't arrive there until sort of 5 past 3. The game kicked off 20 past 3. We had a guy sent off. I think Josh Lowe got sent off early in that game, and we lost it. And that was annoying because our preparation was disrupted by not taking the right route, not getting there at the proper time. And we can use that as an excuse for that day. But then after that, we had a real tough. We had sort of Orient, Scunthorpe, Mansfield, who were all good teams at that time, and Mansfield gave us a good trouncing that day, and we had to regroup after that, and we sort of drew and won a couple of important games, but really we had a nice run sort of through mid-November up until the beginning of January in the league. We had a real good run then, so that sort of middle bit we really got hampered by what looks like a good start because we won away, and then we won at home, and then we drew one against Wickham, who were obviously very good at that time. But the bit up until the beginning of mid-October, the end of November, we'd lost too many games. But when you look at the sort of fixture list, we lost against teams who were promotion contenders and nobody else really.
That season, there was also a good FA Cup run. I think it was at Southampton, so another quality side that came to Sixfields at the time, and as well as getting the playoffs, you know, for 2 years in a row, you'd also developed a good reputation as a good cup side. So not quite the glamour of Manchester United the previous year, but a good cup run that season all the same.
Yeah, no, I think Harry Redknapp, Southampton, put us out the League Cup and the FA Cup that year. But we'd beaten Gillingham, a team in the higher division, in the League Cup, and Barnsley, a team in the higher division, in the FA Cup in the first round. So we were still able to play against teams in the higher division and prove our worth a little bit. I mean, the end of that season was, you know, the playoff games probably didn't have the excitement and the drama of the previous year, but to lose the penalty kick, which was soft in the extreme, still, and that was 2 exits from semi-finals of the playoffs, and we've been beaten penalty kicks, either penalty shootout or a penalty kick decided the 2 ties. But Southend got that decision. I'm sure it was after the FA Cup final, a late evening kick-off that seemed very, very strange, and the game lacked the atmosphere that the Mansfield games had.
Yeah, it was a really tight 2-leg game, wasn't it, that Southend game? As you say, the only goal over both legs was that penalty, and it did seem cruel, if you believe in the old saying that things even themselves up. Having suffered cruelly the year before, it was perhaps doubly frustrating to take that that same frustration 12 months on.
Yeah, but somehow in 2 games you've got to score a goal, and whether we didn't, and so forever we can only curse ourselves, because if you don't score a goal, then you don't deserve it, or maybe a moment where they get a fortunate goal or a decision to give a penalty. But over 180 minutes, if you don't score a goal, then you've got to hold your hands up and say, listen, we've contributed to our own downfall.